Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Noxie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And today I am going to answer some of the most asked questions by some of the people that have been DMing me and asking questions on the comments and stuff like that. Okay, so these are the most asked questions and I'm going to try answer them as best as I can. So, how did you apply to go work as an ESL teacher in Taiwan? So, what happened is, I initially wanted to go to China. Like when I applied for this job, it was very spontaneous. Like I wasn't even planning. I wasn't even dreaming of going to go teach as an ESL teacher. But one day I was just like bored and I was tired and I was getting frustrated of teaching back at home, because yes, I did study teaching. I'm a teacher, I'm a qualified teacher, I'm a professional teacher, you know. So I was like, I'm very tired, I'm very young, I cannot deal with teaching students that give me headache and with parents and stuff like that. And somebody told me, you know what, Noxie, you can do a better job earning more in a different country plus traveling. I'm like, okay, yes, let me consider that. I can go travel, do the same job, getting a little bit more than I am making, and then save up money and travel at the same time, you know. So I applied for China, and for some reason it didn't work out, and a friend of mine, or a friend of my friend, posted on her status like, hey, they're looking for people in Taiwan, here's an email address, apply for it. Then I applied for the job. So I applied for an ESL job back when I was at home, and because in Taiwan they didn't want a lot of stuff, so it was a lot easier to deal with the process and stuff like that. I'll maybe film a video on how the process was later. Okay. Question number 2 is, how is the working and living environment in Taiwan? So and when you work as a teacher, ESL teacher, I think in both private and bushy bounds, which are afternoon schools, you get a co-teacher. So what the co-teacher does, they work hand in hand with you and they help you in case there's like discipline problem, or if kids do not understand what you're saying, stuff like that, and they help you with how to plan your lesson for the level of your students, because some of them knows the students already and they know that how they do things in their own country. And I think that's how it happens all over Asia or at any other. I'm not sure, I cannot say. I only lived in Taiwan and I only taught ESL in Taiwan, but yeah, some of my friends from other countries also do have co-teachers in their classroom. Okay, so you technically will have a co-teacher in the classroom who will help you, so don't worry, you will not struggle being like the only person in the classroom with students who do not know any English. And to be honest, in Taiwan, the English level here is so good, it's not bad at all. So most of your students will understand what you're saying. Well, not most, but some of your students will understand you. Okay, and the living environment is way different from your home country, especially coming from a Western country. The Eastern world is a little bit different. The food, the norms, the culture, it's a little bit different, but you will get used to it and you will adjust. It's really difficult to adjust to the culture here, but you can do it. If you want to explore other people's cultures and you want to learn about other people's countries and cultures, learn a new language, then living in a new country, it's really worth it, but it depends on you. I would say try for a year or months and then go back home if it's not working for you, because it can, like for some people, they're like, nah. Another question is, do you get to choose a school where you want to teach? You cannot really choose a school where you want to teach, but you can choose a city where you want to go teach. They usually tell you, we have this many cities, or where would you like to go teach? So I suggest you make a research. If they suggest schools, you make a research about the schools and the area and stuff, because some cities yeah, sometimes they'll send you at a remote area where there's only just one bus or not a lot of buses for you, so where there isn't a lot of transport for you to commute to. So I suggest you make a research before you choose a city, and that's up to you. Don't ask people where do you live or where do you recommend, because like it has to be according to your standard or what you like. Okay, so next question is okay, so this is the next question is the next question is, why did you choose to work in Taiwan? Like I said, I initially wanted to go work in China, and for some reason I couldn't. But yeah, I ended up coming to Taiwan, and I must say this is one of the best choices I've ever made in my life, because Taiwan is, although it's not that diverse as my country, and it's totally different from where I come from, it's really worth it, because and I know people are gonna be like, aren't they racist there? And I'm gonna say, in every country there are racists and there are no racists. Every country has racist people and non-racist people. So you need to choose if you want to experience new things or you want to mind people that are racist towards you. Okay, that can, if you focus on like the people that are racist towards you, it can ruin your stay in a different country. So don't focus on that. There's still some good people in every country, people that will treat you with respect and as human and as human, people that will recognize you as a human even though you are a different person, even though you're different from them, you come from a different culture, you look different, you sound different, people will still appreciate you. However, there's still some people that will still be like, oh, you are different, how come you're different, you know? I would suggest you follow your heart, you take a risk, you do whatever you want to do. You know, nobody has an answer of what you want. Nobody will take things the way you take them. So girl, boy, like, do whatever you want, and I would say go for it. Okay, so another question I get asked is like, how is the cost of living in Taiwan? The cost of living in Taiwan depends where you come from. Some people find it very cheap, like people from the USA find it very cheap, and I personally, as a South African, I don't find it cheap or expensive. I think it depends where you live. I find accommodations to be very expensive, considering that the space is very small. No, but it's Taiwan. It's not as expensive. Like, it's not expensive as expensive as what we call it, Singapore, Hong Kong, or Japan. It's not that expensive. But yeah, you pay a lot of money for a little space, according to me. Some people can find it cheap, but for me, I'm paying a lot of money, but I'm living in such a small space. And the food, I don't know, groceries are sometimes expensive compared to eating out, especially if you eat like traditional food. The traditional Taiwanese food is very, very cheap. So it's up to you. If you want to eat out, you can go buy Taiwanese food, but if you go to somewhere Western restaurant, you will pay more, obviously. But yeah, eating out, it's not that expensive. You can get a meal that has rice, vegetables, 3 sets of vegetables, and meat, a huge meat, for like $50, and $50 it's equivalent to 25 rands. I don't know how many dollars. I'll just find out how many dollars in USD. And yeah, you have your dinner, you know. Another question I get asked, I think I answered this, but another question I get asked is, how do you now transfer money from, if you want to transfer money from your Taiwanese bank account to your South African bank account? It's very easy, or your USA bank account, however, whichever country you come from, it's very easy. You can just go to the bank. It literally works the same way as it is back in your own country. So just go to the bank, tell them you want to do a transfer. They help you. You fill out the form. You help you. You will need a SWIFT code. Is it a SWIFT code? Yeah, you will need a SWIFT code, and you will need your address and your other personal details. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for the questions, and thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.